Review the thematic areas of CFTA to fast-track the turning in of a distinctive position, facilitate the building up of consensus on CFTA and other related matters before going for negotiations. 6, obtain and consider ECOWAS position on CFTA and mandate NOTN to share the memo on CFTA negotiations sent to the presidency with strategic stakeholders.
Okay, listen there to Frank Jacobs, the president of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Let's bring Adimo Kwesa, one of the research analysts at Financial Derivatives, come live here in the studios to contextualize this CFTA within the commodities and the consumer markets in Nigeria, of which, good morning, we spoke about Nigeria. We have the consumer market, yes. We have the numbers, we have the population, we have the hunger and the appetite in our stomach and in our head. So how does this all pace out as you folks look at what has happened over the last few days as far as this trade deal is concerned?
Well, for one, I think I'm in favor of joining this free trade agreement. For one, I think I don't subscribe to the argument that Nigeria will become a dumping ground and it will undermine the manufacturing sector. I think that's what smaller countries should be saying, quite frankly. And the fact is that we have a trade surplus with Africa. So anything that can bolster trade, more trade with the rest of Africa would only benefit us.
Aren't there valid issues being raised there as to our tax and tariffs and other agreements that are already on our table?
Yes, indeed, those are valid arguments, and I also agree with them. Our national interest should be put first. But my point is that the benefits would far outweigh the detriments. For example, my understanding is that this agreement will mirror what the EU will be similar to what the European Union is, which is premised on 4 freedoms: freedom of labor, freedom of people, freedom of goods, and freedom of services.
Across borders?
Yes.
Within the same region or location, as it were. Yes. But if you look at this particular free trade agreement is one of the burning economic issues on FTC's agenda for today and for the week, and that's coming up very strongly. The first story, this is very great story on the CFTA. On the same day, yesterday, of course, at about dinner time, late yesterday, the U.S. Central Bank increased rates by 25 basis points to 1.75.
Yes, indeed, as expected, and it maintained its path of 2 more interest rate hikes this year. I think what we're seeing is the U.S. Fed is gradually moving away from loose monetary conditions, and other central banks are following suit. The ECB is going to gradually taper its quantitative easing program, and I think what this will do, the effect is twofold for Nigeria. We're already seeing for foreign portfolio investors pull out their funds and moving to developed markets. I think
we can read that, and it looks like maybe they've started with the stock market surreptitiously over the last 6, 7, 8 sessions.
Days, 3.55%, heading towards a correction of 10%. So we can link that to that.
We can tie that up.
Emerging market assets that were deemed attractive 2-3 years ago are now looking risky. So we have to.
Yeah, with this U.S. rates hike, 25 basis points to 1.75. Folks are looking at U.S. assets all over again. I should buy a 10-year U.S.
Yes, and with Nigeria, there's a lot of holding elections next year, so that political uncertainty, investors would rather wait and see than stick. So it's a factor. Secondly, I think the price of oil, although the price of oil is up today, I think a stronger U.S. dollar would make oil more expensive. So maybe the demand would drop a little bit, but I think our range bound will be the 60-70 range, so we're still in a good position. Yes.
We're talking about our own free trade agreement. Today is the day U.S. President Donald Trump is throwing another trade war ball at the Chinese. So $50 billion is what he's also thinking. So it looks like it's going to be, the world is going for a trade war.
It is, and it doesn't look good for global economic growth with this kind of tit for tat, trade for escalating hit tariffs, hit you with tariffs, you with tariffs. It can only mean bad for the global economy. So I think it just points to, like, it's looking like the next recession might even be sooner than we expected. So.
You're watching Channel Television broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria's commercial nerve center. We'll be taking a break from Business Morning and we're taking you to Abuja. The presidential